Arya knelt at the edge of the shoreline, letting her fingers sift through the cool sand as she searched for seashells shining in the early light. Waves moved in a gentle rhythm, whispering against the shore, and the salty breeze tangled softly in her hair as if the ocean had claimed her as its own. She looked like nothing more than a girl enjoying a peaceful morning by the sea. But that quiet anonymity was about to be torn away, placing her at the heart of a trial that would turn her name into legend. High on the dunes, Special Forces recruits stood aligned on the firing range beneath the watchful eye of Sergeant Marcus Kane. He was known for his calm precision and impossible shots across distant war zones. A sniper whose reputation carried more weight than the rifle in his hands. Soldiers told stories about him in hushed voices around campfires. Yet that morning, his focus wasn't on his recruits or the steel targets set far downrange. His eyes were fixed on the girl by the tide. "Bet she couldn't hit a target at 10 yards, one recruit muttered when he noticed Kane staring. A few others laughed at the idea. Kane didn't. He studied the steady way Arya moved, patient, composed, unaffected by the cracks of rifle fire echoing behind her. He saw discipline. He saw control. Now he said quietly, never looking away from her, "I'd wager she could shoot farther than any of you." The laughter died instantly. Kane straightened, his voice carrying across the range like a challenge thrown at fate itself. 3,294 meters. None of you have reached it. I wonder if she could. Heads turned toward Arya as the sudden silence reached her. She looked up, startled, clutching her basket of shells against her chest. Kane lifted a hand and beckoned her forward. Each step she took across the sand felt heavier beneath the stares of trained soldiers. In front of her lay the Barrett M107, a weapon of thunderous power and hardened steel. Kane's tone remained steady but commanding. "Pick it up. Take the shot." An impossible task had just been placed in her hands. Moments later, the sharp clang of distant steel rang faintly through the air, almost unreal, as though the horizon itself had trembled. The recruits stood frozen. A girl who had never handled a rifle had just struck a target nearly 2 miles away. Some muttered curses. Others laughed nervously. Every face carried disbelief tinged with unease. Kane's reaction was different. A slow, satisfied smile crossed his face as Arya lowered the heavy rifle. Her smaller frame steady, despite recoil strong enough to rattle seasoned men. She didn't celebrate. She didn't boast. Her expression remained calm, as if she had expected the outcome all along. "Not bad," Kane murmured, crouching beside her. "But luck doesn't repeat itself." Was that instinct, or something? "More, she just got lucky, Sergeant," one recruit snapped, pride stinging. "Give me 10 rounds and I'll hit it too." Kane's gaze cut toward him like a blade. "You've trained for months and still struggle to read wind past. A kilometer." She walked in cold and did what you couldn't. "Maybe watch and learn." The words burned. The men shifted uncomfortably. Kane handed Arya another round. She hesitated, fingers brushing the bullet, unsure why she obeyed, except for the quiet authority in his eyes. She chambered the round, settled into position, and let her breathing guide her aim. This time the shot fell short, dust rising just shy of the steel. The recruits exhaled in relief. Kane only grinned. "Good, now we train." It was clear she wouldn't be returning quietly to the shoreline. Whatever gift the ocean had given her, Kane intended to refine it. The mission came sooner than expected. Days later, the camp jolted awake with urgent orders. Hostile forces were moving along inland cliffs, escorting a convoy of weapons meant to strike the coast. The recruits prepared quickly. Arya wasn't meant to join them, but Kane insisted. "This isn't practice," one soldier warned her. "You'll get us killed." "She'll get you home," Kane replied sharply. Under the cover of darkness, they moved toward a high overlook above a valley. Below, headlights crept along a dirt road as armored trucks advanced. The recruits whispered about who should take the lead shot. Kane had already decided. He rested a steady hand on Arya's shoulder. "Lead driver, 3,400 meters. If you miss, they disappear." The wind cut through the rocks, colder than the sea breeze she knew. Her heart pounded. As she lay prone, the barret pressed against her cheek. The world narrowed again. She measured the drift of dust, the angle of moonlight, the pull of distance. The convoy rolled closer to cover. Her finger tightened. The rifle thundered, the shot stretching across miles of darkness. A heartbeat later, the lead truck swerved violently, windshield exploding as it veered sideways. The convoy ground too. A halt in chaos. The recruits stared in stunned disbelief. Arya lowered the rifle slowly, hands steady, eyes calm. The laughter that once followed her was gone, replaced by respect and something close to awe. Kane's voice carried quiet pride. That's where legends begin. By dawn, smoke curled above the silent valley. The mission had succeeded. More than that, something had changed. The girl who once searched for seashells had stepped into something far greater. The recruits no longer mocked her. They had witnessed her accomplish what they had never dared attempt. Sergeant Kane, whose shadow had stretched across countless battlefields, offered only a small approving nod. It was enough. She had not only met his challenge, she had surpassed it under real danger and real consequence. Arya stood apart, gazing, toward the horizon where ocean met sky. She thought of the shells she'd left behind, fragile yet enduring, and understood she was much the same. Shaped by unseen pressure and carried by tides she hadn't chosen. Stories of the girl who made. The 3,400-meter shot would travel far beyond those cliffs, whispered in barracks and across battlefields. Not a legend born of rank or years of training, but of instinct, courage, and unshakable calm. If this story moved you, if you felt the stillness before her shot and the weight of her rise from obscurity to legend, be sure to like the video. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more stories that keep you on edge. Your support keeps these legends alive, and the next one may be even greater.